Girlfriend of 3 years and mother of my 2-year-old child was caught cheating. Not sure how to go about things. So, my girlfriend and I met a little over 3 years ago on Tinder. Immediately upon chatting, I knew something was there. She felt the same. We couldn't go more than 2 days apart. Almost immediately, I was like, oh, she's the one. Granted, I had been a tad desperate at this point. This was the second of 2 different dates in 2.5 years, and I had been ghosted on 3 different occasions. Anyway, there had always been an immediate connection. I have always had an anger problem. I've been to 3 years of therapy, which significantly helped, and it had stopped shortly after I had gotten with my significant other. She had always been pretty immature. Not so much of a problem in the terms of dirty jokes and video games, but more of doesn't know how to be an adult kind of immature. We've never had any issue with communication. Any issue or question, never a problem. If we were upset, we would both just chill for a few minutes, then discuss. With our combined mental states, there weren't many, but we did have those talks. Once we were able to just take a beat, we could talk through any issue. About 4 months after being together, we moved in together. I owned a house at the time. About a month later, she gets pregnant. I have my suspicions about her getting off the pill intentionally, but I've made peace with that, as my child is the greatest thing to happen to me in my lifetime. Anyway, she got knocked up. I had to put my lifelong dreams on hold, and we had to start raising a family. We had our moments during the pregnancy, as two would, from all the hormones and anxiety, but for all my friends who told me to break up with her and leave her, I still stayed by her side. Part of me wanted to leave, but I just couldn't. The kid gets born, and now I'm working full-time, plus some overtime every week to pay the bills, and she worked on my days off so we could go without daycare. So as a stay-at-home mom, essentially, I never asked for much. I've been mostly a messy person my whole life, so that never bothered me. But with the kid, I only ever asked for her to vacuum every day and clean the table so I could cook supper after getting home from work, and alternate days on dishes. I had a tiny 850 square foot house. Literally 45 minutes of work every day if she stayed on top of it. She rarely did any of it. Maybe vacuumed once a week, maybe every other day cleaned off the table. My friends always were like, leave her, she's lazy. I stuck it out. I knew she was immature and needed time to grow as an adult. Everybody does. Over the next 1.5 years, it did slowly get better. I never asked for much, but it did get better, which I always told her I was proud of. Now, 6 months ago, the housing market was great for sellers. We sold my house and moved to a larger city. The town I lived in had 90 people in it, and the town we worked in had like 2 restaurants. One was amazing, to be fair, and the nearest Walmart was 1 hour away. We moved to the larger city, so 1, we can do more stuff as a family. 2, I can get back into chasing my dream job. Her dream was always just being a mom and voice acting. 3, a little warmer in the winters. So we moved to a larger city, which was 6.5 hours away, and the current financials are hell. Granted, there are much cheaper apartments available, but with the home sale, we had to take whatever was available, and it's super expensive. So the plan always was grind out a year and then move into a cheaper place and be able to have a good life. She was able to get back into being a daycare teacher, which she had gone to school for, and I had to take an overnight job at Walmart just to pay bills. If either of us got less than 80 hours on a paycheck, it would need to go on a credit card. So we were not going to be homeless, but like many, one disaster away from being that. As many of you can guess, overnights and also at Walmart suck. I sleep like crap during the day and get a couple of hours of sleep while my girlfriend and kid are home before I go to work. It's a pretty big sacrifice, missing family time, just so I can get a total of 3 or 4 hours of sleep in a day total, just so we aren't homeless. Now, with the financial struggles, my girlfriend's mom had cancer come back a few months ago and basically shut her body down within days. When we found out, I immediately bought her and my daughter tickets to fly across the country to see her for the last time. Luckily, they made it in time, and the last time her mom's eyes were open, she saw them, tried to talk but couldn't, but was able to smile and then never open again and gone the next day. So between all that, we were still able to find stuff to do as a family. We try to do one thing a weekend, whether it's a state park or just a nice hike somewhere, something in our free time together. Now, finally, on the cheating. So I got a message from some random dude on Facebook saying she was cheating.
I thought it was a scam and ignored it. My girlfriend then started getting calls from him to come clean. She had met him in virtual reality chat, I believe, and she told him she was single.
The complaints she has told me as to why she did this, along with my reasoning behind them when we talked. She has been unhappy for months. She never came to me about any of it. Repeatedly told me how happy she was that we moved here and how many things we can do as a family. She's afraid that my anger issues will come back. No indication of that, as I've literally never been happier in my life, well, up till now. She says that we don't do enough together as a family, like either on the weekends or when I'm home before work, when I have to sleep. I need sleep for a job that I'm giving up sleeping together so we aren't homeless. She gets lonely at night. Again, a sacrifice I have made as to pay bills. What I think happened is that she is still immature, was required to be an adult for the first time in her life. When we met, her roommate paid all the bills from a good-paying job, and she has never struggled like this before. It's been okay because of the time at work sacrifices I've had to make. I've basically missed the first 1.5 years of my kid's life to pay bills. So basically, she's never had to struggle, and she immediately took a cop-out and needed to hear from a guy that, "Oh, it's okay, honey, take days off work, you deserve it. You work so hard," and so on, because she can't be an adult. Like I said before, we have never had problems communicating our issues. It was one of the big reasons I was like, oh, this is something. Why the radio silence all of a sudden? I don't know. But anyway, in asking questions about the cheating, she told me that she didn't know what she was doing, she was just seeing where it was going, it was a mistake, and so on. I just don't know what to do. I feel she is only sorry because she got caught. I don't know how that progresses into the future. My biggest worries are we have a lease together until August 2023, and I absolutely refuse to lose any more time around my kid. Part of me wants to make it work because I loved her so much, and I can't lose any time with my kid, and part of me just can't handle dating a child. Can she grow up now? Maybe. Very improbable, but I got past my anger issues, so I don't know. Impossible to tell, though, because she got caught versus came clean. It just happened yesterday, so obviously most of my emotion is pure anger and betrayal. I haven't cried yet, I've been depressed and sad, but I chalk the note tears up to the gobs of antidepressants I'm taking for that. I just want some advice. Has anybody here caught someone and over time able to stay and forgive? How should I go about that? How can I help my girlfriend with that? We do have like 8 more months of forced living together to figure it out. I just am looking for anything for how to deal with the current situation for whatever outcome is possible.
Edit 1. So the actual cheating was her meeting some guy on some virtual reality chat dating application thing, to which she mentions needing things that I currently give her. She was talking to this guy for about a week before he looked up her Facebook and told me when he saw that she had a partner. I got some screenshots of texts from him. Some of them seemed to hint at trying to meet up at some point, and the normal, I miss you and kissy face emojis and so on. Edit 2. Update. So it's been a rough couple of days. Lots of anger. Some calm moments. 90% of any conversation with my girlfriend is texting because of our opposite work schedules, so it's kind of hard to keep civil. She had set up a time to visit a therapist. I don't know what will happen, but I told her that even if we don't stay together, she needs to fix herself for everyone else. She's open to couples therapy probably once the new year comes around, assuming we make it that long. It's really hard for me since my job is me being by myself stocking shelves at Walmart. I have an infinite amount of time to think and overthink and get angry. Does she feel regret? Maybe. Does she actually want to reconcile because of regret or because she got caught? I don't know. Hard to tell through mostly text conversation. I know most of the comments say that I should just leave and move on, and I feel like I would if that were possible. With our lease and financials, at the moment we are stuck together through July when the lease ends. Will we try and work through it, or break up and just avoid each other through that time? I don't know. Too early to tell. At this point, I just want what's best for our kid. Can people change? Sure. I did with my anger.
I know cheating is a lot different, but if the best case scenario is she fixes herself and we make it work, then I would prefer that to happen. But when the lease ends and nothing changed, well, there is the end. Is it probably the dumb move? Should I just cut her loose? Yeah, probably, but unfortunately I just can't bring myself to that yet. But who knows? Another day and night all by myself with thoughts left to stew. Who knows what life will bring? If there wasn't the lease issue, then it'd be done, but my brain currently can't get past the whole give her a chance because you are trapped anyway physically.